Alright guys, if you're ever having trouble finding anything in Subnautica, you can come to this website called subnautica2.gg/map. This is going to show you where all your locations are of data boxes, quartz chips, biohacking chambers, supply crates, anything like that. Resources, every kind of resource you can get, everything in the game. Now, for those of you who, don't want to feel like they're cheating by using this, I will give you general directions of where you can look to locate whatever ore it is you're trying to find. So we're going to start with the harder ones. I'm not going to do titanium. That's pretty easy to find. Alright, if you're looking for silver or copper, you are going to go northwest about 330 to 345 northwest north from your life pod. So I'm gonna hop in my chest so you guys can swim there. It's not very far. It's gonna be right past this ship. Alright, now if you guys are looking for quartz, quartz is one of the easiest materials to find in the game because it's just the most readily available. Right off the rip, you're going to want to look in these coral shelves or whatever, coral domes. You're going to want to look inside them and on top of them. Unless you've already harvested them, then you probably won't find any close by. You might have to go a little further. But if you just, there's other places to find them too, but this is like right off the rip. Start of the game, this is where you're going to want to be looking inside these domes. So this is where you're going to find quartz. Let's see if we can find any. I've scavenged a lot of quartz around here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we couldn't find any. Alright, here we go. Quartz. Pretty easy to find. Alright, now if you guys want to find salt, you're going to head towards this building from your life pod. This little building over here, you're going to want to head directly, I'd say 120 southeast-ish. It's going to heat up over there, so you're going to want to stay a little bit on the outskirts. And avoid monsters as best you can. So here's some sulfur. If you guys need to find some sulfur, there's also a spot to find sulfur. And it's going to get a little warm. That's okay. You're just going to want to stay on the outskirts. And look what we have here. Salt. And you can find a whole bunch of this stuff over here. Salt and sulfur. And quartz and titanium. A lot of it is over here in this area. You will probably just need a sonic resonator to get some of the materials. Because not all of them are going to be easily accessible like the salt was. You got titanium over here, you got some quartz, got some salt, sulfur. So yeah, this is a spot you can come to find salt and sulfur. So in order to get Celestine, you're going to need a couple different things. You are, 1, going to need a tadpole. 2, you're going to need a sonic resonator. And 3, you're going to want to get a high capacity air tank. You don't need it, but it would be very helpful to have a high capacity air tank and a rebreather if you can, because you're going to be going to around 250 to 300 meters below the sea level. So you're going to want to have some good form of transportation, because there's some harder monsters over here. But as soon as you leave the life pod, if we're going from the life pod, you're going to want to go towards this building over here to the left, more like towards this geyser right here, this current. You're gonna want to go towards that. Oh, crashed my ship. You're gonna want to go towards this, and you're gonna keep going for quite a while. I will just give you guys a short time lapse of me heading in this direction until I get to where I need to be to find the Celestine. You're going to want to avoid all these monsters. In order to go down here, you're also going to need the fire protection. I don't know if there's a way to go down here without having the fire protection. Maybe you can stay a little to the left. I'm not sure, but I will cover how to get fire protection in another video if you guys don't already know how to do that. But you're gonna keep heading east from the lifeboat, you're gonna go straight down. Was that a little bit of sulfur right there? A little bit of sulfur right there. And the reason you're going straight down is because there's a big monster over here. I forget his name, but there's a big monster over here that wants to eat you, and he'll grab your ship up real quick if you're not careful. So you want to be able to really reach these deeper depths. Otherwise, you might get snatched up. And if you guys see what I'm seeing, that's a little salt deposit right there. But right here, that's a little Celestine right there. And like I said, you're going to need your sonic resonator. And that is where you find Celestine. Now, you're going to want to avoid this guy. And the best way to avoid him is to use these rocks. He can't grab you if you're underneath these rocks. He's going to shoot these shockwave blasts at you. Try to get you to panic. But as long as you stay hidden behind the rocks, he can't get to you. Really, if you stay low enough to the ground, he can't get to you. So then, after getting your Celestine, you're going to want to keep heading east. And you're going to want to hug the edge of the map. You're going to want to hug the wall barrier right here that you're about to see. That barrier, that death barrier right here, you're going to want to hug it. So now I'm going to show you guys where to get Troilite. This is probably one of the hardest materials to find. But it's really simple if you just follow along, do what I'm doing, follow the edge. You guys are only going to be able to go to, 245 meters without breaking your ship. But if you can just follow this edge, even at that height, you should be fine. As long as you can get away from that big monster over there. There's going to be another big monster once you reach the location we're heading towards. So you're going to want to be very, very aware of your surroundings as you're heading towards this location. You're going to come past this big structure, and you're going to keep on going right past it. Just keep following this death barrier. There's some more Celestine right there. Just going to keep chugging along, keep following the border. What is that? You guys, I've never seen that before. I don't know what that is. But you're going to want to go this way. And you're going to want to get low, because there's another one of those monsters over here. If you can't get low, you're just going to have to be very sneaky. Alright, we're going to get low. As low as we can. Watch out for these monsters as well. There's some more. Okay, I'm even at my maximum depth, and I have my... So there's big boy right there. And there's some Troilite.
Maximum depth reach. All damage imminent.
Want to make sure we're hidden from Big Boy and the littler guys before we get out. Look at all that Celestine. But that's not what we're here for. So you're going to want to go down here. And this stuff right here, this is Troilite. So you're going to want to get your sonic resonator out. Give it a bonk. A proper bonk. Alright, and then you're going to want to get out of here, because there's a lot of hazards. I'm curious as to what that is. There might be something there I can scan. That's not good. Alright, and that's how you find Troilite. I had to come back to base because I was dying. I had to swim all the way back and get my chest. Anyway, long story short, we're back at base and we're about to head out. Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you where to find Atacemite and Axum bacterial culture. So, from your pod, you're going to want to go northeast-ish, pretty much east from the life pod. You are going to need a tadpole. You're going to need a sonic resonator. You're going to want to have a repair tool. Everything for your journey you're going to want to have to make sure that you can stay alive, because you're going to be encountering a lot of problems along the way that you're going to have to be able to manage. So just be sure you're ready. And then you're going to go east from the lifeboat, and it's going to be quite the journey, so just stick with me. It's going to be the same kind of journey you're going to have to take for bone, creature enamel, calamite, or Celestine. All the harder materials to get are going to be out this way, so you're going to have to familiarize yourself with this scary area. And the way you're going to want to do that is by slowly getting these materials and building your... Whoa, what is happening here? Whoa. That is so awesome. Anyway. So if you're looking for bone enamel, you're going to come to this location. It's going to be right after this big structure, right before the other ginormous structure. Pretty much right in between them is where you're going to want to go. And that right there, that's where you find bone enamel, or creature enamel. And you're going to use your sonic resonator to blast it, and that's how you collect it. But you want to be very careful when you're out here doing that, because there is some sort of creature, I don't know the name of it, that shoots spikes, and they will murk you very quickly if you're not careful. Those things are like electric fucking fish. They're also very dangerous. You're going to want to steer clear of them. So we're still heading east. So if that gives you any idea, I just showed you where bone enamel was, now we're continuing to head east. And you're going to want a depth upgrade. So you're going to want to get these other things I showed you. And then you're going to want to get a depth upgrade for your vehicle. That is probably the only way you're going to be able to gather these materials I'm about to go get, is if you have that depth upgrade. It's going to continue heading this way. I believe there's a big guy over here we're going to have to avoid.
Warning, maximum death rate, hull damage imminent.
Like I said, many things are going to try to kill you. Depth being one of them. If you guys see that down there, I believe that's what we are looking for. One of the things we're looking for, at least. Atacemite. Yep. So this is where you're going to find it. And there's one other thing we're down here looking for, which is the Bollix oxalarum, weird bacterial, whatever it is. Axelbacterium colony. And that looks like what we're looking for. And that's a monster. Okay, we got one. Just barely got away from him that time. Those are dangerous looking. Most tiny creatures like that, like those crab or spiders, whatever those were, you can shoot them with your sonic resonator. But big boys like that, you just have to, you gotta figure out how to navigate around them. Okay guys, this is right underneath that huge structure I've shown you a couple times. This is very rare. Conduit crystal. I found it just beneath the ginormous structure. Right next to the angel cone tree down here. Looks like there's a little bit more down here as well. I don't even have any more space. I can make a little room.
Warning. Maximum depth
Oh no.
reached. Hull damage imminent, Captain.
Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you where to get lead and lithium. We're going to start with lead. When you want to get lead, you're going to go basically northeast, kind of like in this direction, right in between northeast and 60. And you're going to want a sonic resonator and probably a tadpole. You won't really need the upgrades. I didn't at least, so you should be fine without the upgrades on your tadpole. You just need a sonic resonator and you need to head northeast from the lifeboat. And then down in this little area here, you're gonna start seeing clusters like this. And here is your lead. Really easy one to find. Lithium is exactly southwest of the life pod. I'm gonna show you like where to get a little bit of lithium before you get your fire upgrade. Giant clam. He's gonna have these strings on him, okay? And all these little eyeballs, which it's weird that his eyeballs are open right now, but closed at the same time. They're like open closed, which I'm not a fan of. Anyway, he's got these strings on him, and if you touch them, he will wake up. However, if you can navigate these, very safely and cautiously, he will not wake up, and you will need your sonic resonator. Now, when you shoot your sonic resonator, it's going to have some kickback, so you got to make sure that you're ready for whatever kickback is going to happen, so that you don't touch the string. And that's where you're going to find lithium early game. But like I said, you need to be careful, because if you touch the string, that happens. And if you touch it enough, that happens. And and you don't want to get caught in there. But he opens it up not long after, so you will have multiple tries to get the lithium out of here if you don't get it on your first, second, and third try. Alright guys, that is where you find basically all the ores in Subnautica 2 so far. Who knows if they're going to add more, they probably will, but as far as right now in early access, that is where you find all the materials. I will be uploading a couple more tutorial videos for Subnautica 2, probably how to make the tadpole and the chassis and a couple other things, just stuff that is a little mundane but harder to find stuff, and maybe doing some mission tutorials as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, give the channel a follow, go watch my pain series. It's painfully awesome. And with that, yeah, I'm senseless, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Skibbity-doo-bop, bibbity-boo.